not going anywhere anytime soon. Okay. Alright, so basically we are using a LED projector. Actually, you know what? Hang on one second. Before we start this, let me go ahead and blast this on Twitter. So stand by. We're going to start in just a second.
Bring on them hearts. Probably the fog's not as thick.
Oh, it's still thick.
Yeah.
It's fine. I'll leave it running for a minute. EmuLaser live broadcast. See laser emulation with a video projector.
We'll explain to you guys what's going on in just a second.
We're going to start in just a moment. We are just getting everything ready. So basically we have a laser projector. And the laser, or excuse me, we have a video projector.
I was going to say, it's not a laser.
It's a video projector, but it looks like a laser projector using Pangolin's Beyond software. Looks like a real live laser. It's absolutely incredible because it's going to allow me to crowd scan, which you cannot do with regular lasers. So I can use my normal lasers and then have these projected down below and create some really neat things with that. So now I can create shows where there's hot beams going across the top, and the EmuLaser will continue that pattern. How many people are on? I'm using a cheap LED projector that I got from Brookstone. I mean cheap that it was inexpensive. And it's only 100 lumens, not very good contrast ratio, and you'll see that you don't see a black frame around. And that's one of the things that I really liked about it, is that Pangolin pretty much corrected what the contrast should be so you don't have too big of a black frame around it.
So imagine what's going to look like when we break out our big boy projectors. Again, we're just using this projector to give an example here at the house.
Oh, hold on, that's not really good. There we go, that looks pretty cool. Let's do some waves.
Now again, imagine it looking this crisp with this little projector, how it's going to look with the bigger.
A non-LED one. Again, this is an LED projector. If you guys have any questions about it, just here, tap to focus, Monica.
Yeah.
If you guys have any questions, make sure to ask away. We're happy to answer whatever we can. I'm going to let it go actually till the fog
Again,
shuts
for
off.
those who are just now joining, this is not a laser. This is a LED projector that we have.
Okay, so the computer that I'm running it, I'm actually running on Parallel. It's a Windows software, so I'm running it on Parallels on my Mac. I have a pretty beefy Mac Beyond, because the way the lasers work, it basically translates digital to analog. And of course, you do need a dongle to run this, even if you don't have a laser hooked up to it.
Oh, they're asking what the other side looks like.
Oh, go ahead and turn it around then.
Hang on a second. I
don't know how well it'll show up.
Not sure. Hang on.
But yeah, you need something with at least 2 gigs of RAM.
Sorry,
and
hang on.
I would say no less than an i3. You can run it on a low-end PC, but I can't promise you it'll run very well. Beyond requires it has very specific requirements as far as minimum requirements. If you don't meet it, the software's not going to run.
It goes, you need a dongle.
You do need a dongle.
You do need a dongle.
You just Monica, leave the projector alone.
Okay.
go back to the other side. So go back so we can actually, the patterns all look like they would look on a laser except a lot more fluid. Go ahead and film it this way in, babe. Monica, don't worry about that too much. Super trippy. I mean, it looks like a real laser. Now, the advantages, of course, of using a real laser is you are going to get a much further throw. If I have a lot of floods, moving heads, unless I have a really heavy-duty projector, it's not going to keep up with all the other lights. But if I'm doing, like, for example, blacklight parties or something like that, again, this is where lighting design is really important. Whereas the laser is going to cut through all of it. It's going to cut through thick amounts of floods.
It keeps...
If it goes out of focus, there's nothing. Just keep tapping. Don't double tap or it'll, you know, switch cameras. And of course, a real laser, it would be way sharper than this. But considering this isn't a laser, considering this is an LED, which isn't even as sharp as a traditional projector would be, it looks pretty awesome.
You need to do that.
No, I already shut it off. It's fine. Once we run out, we run out.
Okay.
Again, that really actually shows you. Now there's less fog. You can kind of see the beams. I mean, it's so trippy looking. Beyond allows you to do a lot of things that you normally wouldn't be able to do with Quick Show. Obviously, this is one of them. You can also do some really advanced DMX and MIDI control, including Pango script, which if you guys, for example, if you're virtual DJ users, you know the virtual DJ allows you to basically write your own script to have, you know, button do whatever you want it to do. Pango script is like that, a little bit more advanced because you can write it right down to the step what you want it to do. Oh, look at that. That looks so good. And this is really cool. I'm excited about this because I've had some parties, like smaller parties, right? Maybe 50, 60 people parties where they want lasers, but they don't want to pay for them because the budget's not there, which makes sense. So I can just bring a small projector, bring my, what's it called, my Beyond, and if I'm in a tent where the ceilings are only 9 feet high, and I couldn't run a laser, the budget's not there, whatever the case may be, I can now do a full laser show. Of course, I wouldn't tell my client, hey, I'm bringing out a real laser. I'll tell her, look, this emulates a laser. It looks like a laser. It's the only way that I can legally run it in a tent environment, outdoors without, you know, or pointing it up. Because you can point a projector up in the sky. You can't point a laser projector up. Let's take a look at some of the sheets here. Again, just to show you the crisp vibrancy of how the program translates a laser command to video.
I'm trying to keep it focused, but it's a little hard on this.
I'll move it up so you can see the beams up and down as it hits it.
Alright.
No, like move it up, like up.
I'm trying.
Up. If it hits the lens, it's not going to hurt it. Yeah, that's some good footage right there. Okay, let's take a look at some of the beams. There we go. I mean, it looks like a laser, and it looks even better in person. However, the iPhone does a nice job of keeping up with it.
Just keeps going in and out of focus, so sorry guys.
I know some of you guys, particularly James, is asking us to turn the phone sideways. We're not going to do that because you can't flip the orientation on the, if you're viewing it through Twitter or through your web browser. So we have to shoot it up and down. That would be Periscope's fault. If you guys are curious about the fog that we're using or the haze that we're using to keep everything in midair, I have the fans running, our AC is running. And it's been in here quite a while. We are actually using the N4L, or basically the ADJ Premium Fog Fluid. I shot it out of my Fog Fury Jet. We were just doing a video on that, so make sure you guys subscribe to my channel. It's just my same name as it is on Periscope, DJ Crazy Ace with an I. Look me up on YouTube and make sure to subscribe. Some great reviews that are coming up. It's going to be some coverage of DJ Expo. Speaking of that, I will have some Periscope feeds from Expo. Hopefully their internet's good because I don't feel like sucking up all my data doing that. The one advantage of going into, using a video projector is that you do get some real cool color fades. If you have a TTL laser, you don't get the gradients. You would have to have an analog laser to be able to do some cool gradients. And when you're doing liquid skies, these gradients are super important. So let's do a couple more because my battery's about to die on my laptop and on my phone. Again, if you guys have any questions, now is your chance to ask. Oh, look at that. That looks so cool. You really see that gradient in there. Now we're going to do some regular patterns, graphics, just so you can see how they look done through the laser. Oh, that's trippy. Now we got the hot beams. Now the hot beams on these are not as sharp as a laser would. Obviously, a laser is going to give you a really tight, tiny, basically a small aperture size beam. Whereas with the projector, it's more of a bigger dot. Because if it's too small, you wouldn't really be able to notice it.
As y'all can see, that one's really tight.
That's what she said.
I was waiting for that.
Now, of course, we have our statics, which are great with laser jockey, which basically can go to the beat.
Keep it still.
So right now, we'll just kind of keep it on a steady beam.
That's kind of nice right there. So they can see how sharp it is.
Alright, so we do have to log off, unfortunately. I've got only like 3% battery left, and my chargers were on the other side. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions, hit me up again. YouTube's probably the best part, or the best place to get a hold of me. DJ Crazy Ace with an I. Oh yeah, most importantly, make sure you guys download my mixtape. Alright, let's log off. So we're going to bring this down. Oh, actually, real quick, how about we show them? Hang on one second. If you want to go show them what that little projector looks like, because I know some people...
yeah, they were asking about the projector.
Go ahead and shut it off, so that way they can see it.
Here y'all go. This is the little projector. Just a little Brookstone one we got.
I love my little Brookstone projector.
Don't even hate. It's actually a little... awesome projector.
It's great because this way I can, you know, one of the things about this projector is that I can now program my laser shows on the go. I can put this on an airplane while I'm driving, or flying, excuse me, and be able to just program my shows on the fly and kind of get an idea of what the graphics would look like. Obviously, I can't run Ace in a plane.
As you guys can see, that's
But if I bring an actual laser into an airplane, I will go to jail.
It's a bright. I mean, look how bright that little sucker is.
This is my Mac. It's beautiful. It's my baby.
Anyways, okay. Well, thanks for watching.